Hello, I'm Izzy Kornblau, and I'm so excited to share with you this 4-part series on living with gastroparesis. But before we can get to that, I first have this quick message to share with you. There are many options to help relieve some symptoms of gastroparesis, so speak to your healthcare professional about different care options. Look online to see if there are any research studies in your area that may help. Typically, treatment during research studies is free and you do not need insurance. You may also be compensated for your time and travel. Now, please enjoy this episode. Hey guys, my name is Izzy Kornblau and I'm a patient with gastroparesis. I'm really excited to share with you guys today my 7 foods that I can really rely on with gastroparesis, and this is episode 1 in a series of 4 episodes on gastroparesis. Now, I just kind of want to clarify that when I say I can rely on these, of course, the nature of gastroparesis is that you can never fully rely on any food because food is food, and food is not a good thing for gastroparesis. But I feel like in general, these foods tend to digest pretty well, especially compared to other foods. Now, the first food that I rely most on is rice. I feel like it's not high in fat, it's not high in fiber. I mean, the brown rice is higher in fiber than white, but I'm really referring to white rice. And it just kind of digests well, and it doesn't have to be rice that's, is just cooked. It could also be rice and rice cakes and things like that, which is really good because I feel like you can use rice cakes as sandwiches, as snacks, and it just is kind of a diverse food in a way. The next food is well-cooked broccoli. This does not work for everybody with gastroparesis. I definitely know people who struggle with broccoli, but for me, as long as it's been maybe, let's say, boiled, so it's very soft, and then it can be sauteed, or honestly, it could just be sauteed, but it needs to be very well cooked, so you need to saute it for a long time. But it tends to digest pretty well for me, and even though it is kind of painful and sometimes I just feel nauseous from it, I just feel like my stomach is definitely able to grind it and hopefully pass it on to my small intestine. Next, turkey. Gotta get that protein in there. I think that sliced turkey has been like a really good food for me for so long, and I like to put it on things like rice crackers. So I just find it to be like a really good snack, and also, if need be, a meal. Next is cucumber. I think that while raw vegetables in general do not sit well at all with my stomach, cucumber is one of the very few exceptions. I know that a lot of it is water, just like, a lot of different vegetables, but really a lot of cucumber is water, a lot. And it does not tend to bother my stomach. So like I said, with the rice cakes and the turkey, I sometimes also like to top this with a cucumber. One of my friends with gastroparesis really got me into this, and I just love this snack so much, and it makes a really good lunch or breakfast. Next one is chicken broth. This is really good if I feel like I need to start eating more liquids that day because the solid food has really been bothering me. It's warm, so it just kind of feels good when it goes down, and liquids do tend to digest quicker than solid foods, so I like it. And also, I also have something called POTS, and because of that condition, I have to have a really high salt intake, and I can just really salt up that soup. So it ends up kind of working for 2 different conditions. So lastly is fish. I feel like fish works really well for me. I know that it is kind of high in fat and it depends on the type of fish. And so it can bother some people, but I feel like it just does not tend to bother me, and it just digests pretty well, just like other types of protein. It's important to say that it was not always like that for me because there was a time where protein was kind of difficult for me to digest, but right now it's been pretty calming on the stomach, and I love to add it to things like rice or fish tacos, and there's so many other types of ways that you can eat fish. So I hope that you liked the 7 foods that I tend to really rely on with my gastroparesis. I wonder if you guys have any of the similar ones, and hopefully maybe you could start trying out some of these foods to see if they work for you. So I will see you guys on the next episode of this gastroparesis series. Bye!